So you want to scale a business? I'm going to give you 11 tips to help you set you up for success so you can actually scale your business. You ready? Hey, I'm Donnie Boivin, CEO of Success Champion Networking, and my biggest passion is to teach all the things that I wish someone would have told me as I build my business. And I'm going to walk you through now all the things that I've learned in the last 5 years of building my business that has set me up for ultimately scaling the company. So, number one, you've got to have a vision that is so powerful. Not only does it inspire you, but other people want to help you build it. We discovered this when we decided that we were going to change how the world networks. We literally told people that we were going to change how the world networks, and people were like, I want to be a part of that. So you got your vision right when it lights you up and other people say, I want to help you build that vision. So you got to think about it. Whatever you're trying to accomplish can't be selfish in nature. It's got to get others to lean in and help you accomplish it. So number two, tip two, is you got to figure out your why and your reason. My why of doing anything is 100% because I want to teach the things nobody taught me. I want to teach the things that I wish I knew as I was building a business. And the reason I do everything is to give my wife Elizabeth the life that she didn't have, the life she didn't get to live. So the way this works is my why is a good driver. It reminds me of why I'm doing this. But my reason is the fuel for everything. If I ever have a day where I don't feel like doing something, I ever have a day where I don't want to put in the time, the effort, the energy, I just lean on why I'm doing this from the main reason standpoint of I'm going to give her that damn life, and I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure it gets there. Number three, you need to map out your business. And here's what I mean. Most people kind of look at their days, their months, their year, and they're just going through the paces. You need to know strategically what's going to happen when. And this is going to change throughout the year. But every year, at the end of the year, the biggest thing we do, and you can do this at any time, we do it typically at the end of the year, you need to lay out what your three major objectives that you will accomplish in the oncoming year. Inside those objectives, you need to map out what are the priorities that you need to have happen in there, and then what are the main things that you will measure and track inside those priorities. And then once you have those laid out, we will then put out a calendar year. We will look at everything in quarters, first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, right? And inside those quarters, we're going to put what happens on inside that overall objective. How do we make sure we hit those priorities? And then what are we actually tracking? So maybe we're doing a book launch. Maybe we have a conference coming up. Maybe we have a new division or line or company starting. We will put that in the correlating calendar year so we can understand specifically what it's going to take, or better yet, when are we going to start working on that thing. And what I've found is in working on that thing, we can make sure we're getting things done on the right time and when we're supposed to actually accomplish it. It keeps you from squirreling out too much because you are like, man, we got to do that thing. And you can look at this, map, this plan, and go, okay, that's not set up till the second quarter. Really great stuff. The number four, you got to get passionate about what you sell. I don't give a damn what you sell, but you got to get passionate about it. We've all sat across from people you can tell did not really care about what they're selling, and it just takes all steam out of the conversation. You don't even want to be around that person. So you don't typically turn a passion into a business because that ruins a passion. But you do need to get extremely passionate about what you do because people can feel it. And people buy emotionally, and the more passion you have about what you're selling, the more they're going to feel it, and the more they are going to lean in. Find passion in what you sell. Don't sell your passion. The next thing is you've got to get repeatable processes. What you need to understand is you as an individual are not scalable. If you're the only person that can do it, that's a job and not a business. You need to get these repeatable processes in that other people can do. Think about everything you're doing in your company and then look at it from the perspective of what is this process in here? What's the steps in here? What am I actually doing that allows me to get this done in a repeatable manner and somebody else can do it for me? It's a magical way of looking at business, and it really, really, really allows other people to do what they're great at. Number 6, you need to build a team. You need to have other people that are better than you, especially in the arenas you suck at. So I sucked at the operations and processes and systems. So I found my ops guy in Kevin. I sucked at accounting and bookkeeping. So I brought in Julia. I put together my championship team. That's the way I look at everybody who works for us and with us, is they're part of our overall championship team. And the only way we can get the champion to the championship is if we have the best of the best. So I hire the best and the most elite people that geek out on the things I suck at. And that allows me to go do the things that I love doing, being out front, talking, speaking, getting on podcasts and the like. So I can bring in these amazing, awesome people that can really help us scale and grow. The next thing, number 7, you need to get it off your plate. I'll go back to what I said about getting repeatable processes. If you're the only person that can do it, that's a job and not a company. So you need to get it off your plate. Anything that is keeping you from being out front and doing the business development stuff in your company, you have to get it off your plate, because that's the thing that is keeping you from actually scaling your business. Delegate, give it to other people, and move it off your plate, because you need to be out front selling your stuff. Number 8, build a personal and a company brand. Let me explain brand really, really quickly. Marketing is everything you do to tell the world about your business. Advertising is what you tell the world you actually do. Branding is what everybody else says you do when you're not in the room. So this is how the world talks about your brand. You need to have a company brand, Success Champion Networking. And then you need to have a personal brand, Donnie Boivin. And when you think about it from that perspective, not only are people talking about your company when you're not around, they're also talking about you when you're not around. You need to make sure they're telling the right story. And the best way to build those brands is to show up big and loud everywhere and to let people know what stories they should be telling about you and your business. Number 9, you got to connect with your customers, right? You cannot be out there just selling and not leaning back in and talking to customers. It is a lot easier to keep and maintain and upsell current customers than it is to find new customers, and it costs you less money. So you need to get in and build these relationships. And I like to look at it from, how do I build a lifelong relationship with these people? How do we get so connected to each other that we actually want to go get cocktails together? We want to hang out together and become friends. Connect with your customers. Do not leave them just as a transaction. They are your livelihood. Number 10, load up on virtual coffees. Virtual coffees is one-on-one with another person trying to make introductions for each other. And I'm telling you, the more virtual coffees you can have, especially with people that can say yes to you, will be an absolute game changer in your business. You need to be doing a ton of virtual coffees, but you need to be doing with people that are caliber and people that are going to push you to the extremes. So prospects that scare you, people that are doing the things you want to do, really start surrounding yourself with that higher level people and do a ton of virtual coffees. And then tip number 11, you've got to innovate and adapt. You got to be constantly looking at what's coming down the marketplace. How are you going to use it? How are you going to leverage it? And how are you going to adapt and make it happen? We all went through the crazy ass pandemic in 2020. And those who adapted and innovated during that time came out stronger than those who did not. You need to plan for any crazy thing that may pop up, innovate and adapt, constantly be creating, constantly be adapting, and pushing things forward. So there you have it. 11 tips to ultimately scale your business. Have a vision others want to help you build. Figure out your why and reason. Map out your business. Get passionate about what you sell. Create repeatable processes. Build a team. Get it off your plate. Build a personal and a company brand. Connect with your customers. Load up on those virtual coffees. Innovate and adapt. I'm going to keep sharing all the things I wish I knew as I built the business. Make sure you like and subscribe, ring that bell, and let's help as many people as we possibly can get to business freedom.